Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see, the Groupers taking on last year's national champions, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Mountaineers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Groupers offense will have the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
They're going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big third down. Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. Finds some room at the 30. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play there inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. 3rd and long, and they can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Now on the option. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by the defense that time. One of the best things you can do against a team trying to run option is get penetration. Because when you get penetration on the quarterback, you disrupt the relationship between him and the pitch guy, and you saw it happen that time. The pitch guy ends up getting it, but everything's discombobulated. He's way behind the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go, and it's a big negative play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mountaineers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. We saw it on that play.
So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up.
Oh, he's got some space. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Grab near the marker is Hamilton. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
He's got him still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Mountaineers line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They march 79 yards on the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Short,
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Rides the back on the option to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Running to the left. They get this sophomore on the ground, and he continues to make plays.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. The option look. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. To throw, it's Wicks. Got his man downfield. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
Go get some more bullets,
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and West Virginia has the lead. We've got one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary.
Yo, we down. We got to really roll back down. Nigga, let's do it.
Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period.
You, all these businesses is going out of business, bro. Some shit is really about to go down. They selling shit and getting the front.
So first down here as they go back to work.
He's been open for 7 years, bro. He's about to close. Every business you get in is, bro.
The give to the tailback. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Lost yardage on that last one. It's second and 11. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Peterson. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Third down coming in the Morgantown faithful, making it tough on this big play. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's already 1-for-1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. That brings him to within 1.
Well, you're always going to wonder what would have, could have, should have happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
After putting up a 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got his man to the left. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Mountaineers will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A low line drive and short kick. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They'll start this drive going to the air. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and then better job forcing a turnover.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Mountaineer. A great catch and a run for 6. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's reeled in, it's Peterson. Smashes it with the stiff arm. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
I don't know.
Dropping back, it's
I don't know.
out of the backfield, he's open.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
They think he's broke. We're talking cheap.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of
They think he's
contact
broke.
on the play, but
Fuck
no
cheap.
flags. It'll be 3rd down. And the Groupers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air.
Niggas, I don't know what he got going, but I know that nigga, the last time I was around,
adjust their game
He
plan.
needed to get a
When you
job.
lose your starting
He asked me.
quarterback, now you got your backup, and a lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that
Nigga
much.
ain't got no motion. That nigga
The
is
whole
screaming.
playbook, and you could see it there, and you could see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
Eight people in Louisiana.
A fairly short distance
Oh.
here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We've reached the
He
2-minute
did it.
timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Plenty of time to
Oh,
work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Finds his man. It's Hamilton. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field.
Oh, there's an alley to the left.
They go shoot.
Bulldozes his way through. That is exactly what you want to
It's only right. They had their kids banging it out at 10.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
210 and put that shit in there and they shoot automatic. You getting one from a fucking ALP, bro. Nigga, I'm selling one for $85.
Nigga, what, you didn't get it?
And you gotta like do a lot of shit with the trigger. I just gotta take a penalty. No. $80? Damn. And Bull said you put it in for 25.
They say it's still a game of field
Wow,
position, and
where
that
the
last
fuck?
one just flipped this, baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I need that.
Man, this
Get that.
offense has started the season
I need the
off
85
so
less than
good.
25.
1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job of putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
Let me tell you something.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quick handoff. And this
Bro, we good, man.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking for a man, it's Wicks. And he
First of
really
all,
needed to hold on to that one,
I'm
but it
not
was
getting
not
caught with that
loose, and
jump,
3rd down
so
is coming.
I'm cool.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima
Got
donnas.
it.
That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the
Yeah.
football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Good.
Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And what's the closest
Who
guy
was
to the
that?
football, man? It's those defensive tackles and those guards.
Who was
and
that you
centers
just
have to work
showed?
together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play.
Oh, wow.
And the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
I got that FRT, bro.
I bet
Wheels the button, looking
I
for
bet you had
danger.
an FRT.
Looking for running room.
I bet you had an FRT. I was about to say, oh yeah.
West
Hard to
Virginia
come get
has on
that
the
John
offense
from
ready
you.
to go to work. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practice this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there and have some fun.
Oh,
and
shit.
let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep.
So much you gotta get your own. No shit.
I think you could get a
I'm
good
good,
shot play
nigga.
and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st
I
down.
wouldn't think nobody would give up an FRT if they got it. I was
I
good.
did my research, bro.
Looking to throw on 1st down. caught over the middle. It's Hamilton. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Hey, quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Who was 85?
85 for the AR break.
Oh,
And the
wow.
Mountaineers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short.
Yeah, but they look, let me keep it a buck. I didn't get it because the trigger was...
From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Vaughn. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Catch in the middle, it's Hamilton. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
But the FRT for the whistling was trying to give me 2 for like 85. I could have grabbed that shit.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. They going for ARP. Like, is it like a box? Like, is it like a box trigger?
You talking about the drop?
Looking to throw on first down.
Yeah, the grabber.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Morgantown, sign me up for another half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's take the old country roads on our way back to Mountaineer Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Groupers will kick it off to start the second half. Out of the end zone.
Yeah, but see,
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready. If you're a quarterback, then you're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Yeah, it definitely falls
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6.
I want to know what you're talking about.
Back to pass. And as he throws, can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
He's got him this time. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 40. The Mountaineers are flying down the field. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break.
I want that. I want the John he's talking about. I don't want the John like that. I don't want to just spray my whole John with one tap.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Pitch and stride inside They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
And the Mountaineers have it with a first and goal. To the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Touchdown, Mountaineers! And the punishment has been extended.
Another nice drive put together.
Ordering all that, you tripping.
They look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team is a national championship contender.
Bro, that's just different. I got the shit, bro. I got the shit covered in. Listen, amen. Everything's legal. You went to the gun show, bro. You see, like, yo, they just selling shit you're not even supposed to have. That's why I'm like, look, I ain't keeping it being with y'all. As before, I'm ordering all this shit, right? So basically, if I lived in California, like, when I went to go order the fucking, when I ordered the FRT, it said that, like, when I went to go cash out, it said,
they'll try to tack one more on the score.
If you live in any of these states,
the kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard punt.
PA is a gun state, bro. PA is a gun state.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been.
Why you think all them gun shows be in PA, nigga?
That shit is coming in hot. I thought that shit was gonna say
PA open carry state, bro.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot.
You think they be open carrying, you know?
Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
yeah, boy. I got
From the gun, running
This
back
new shit I'm hearing about the FRT though. It's saying it don't let you just shoot.
At some point, you're gonna have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
It say mechanisms, unlike standard triggers, the FRT forces the shooter's finger forward after each shot, enabling the next shot to be fired almost instantly.
And let them build the lead more. You really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring up the punt team.
it's something to do with the hammer.
Yeah, the one you got actually, as soon as you pull it, it's you. When you let it go, it's you. When you pull it, it's you. Like, you gotta let's go.
And the groupers will punt this one away.
Yeah, we gonna take them joints to the range, but hold up, man.
Yeah, like, your joint is better for, like, keeping aim. Like, keeping your aim.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. Using his legs, it's nice.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds a tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hamilton. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs.
You gotta get the threaded barrel. Yeah.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Here's a heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Remember, 17, 19. This is 26.
21, 23. 20,
and that whole thing that other host that I got going to fit
22.
with the whole light on. It won't fit my shit.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Vince with the rail already, with the whole light, that should have fit that. This shit ain't.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Wow.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number
do a
of
bunch
guys
of shit to get. You
got
got basically the way you.
passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
You gotta get all this approval for that job.
I'm building her up, Billy.
You gotta get approval for that
They go
job.
back to work with a first down in the final period of this.
I don't know. It's saying illegal, but I don't know.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down.
I don't know if it's
He's
illegal.
got it on the move. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
The
And
hell?
they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the
They
house.
say it's legal. Look. It say it's illegal to for hunting in Pennsylvania, provided that they are registered with the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearm, basically the ATF. You must pay $200 tax stamp and pass a background check and complete necessary registration following NFA regulations. Yeah.
Lining up to tackle.
Yes, nigga.
And the extra point is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes
Told
on
him-
it. Check this out.
You told him you going hunting?
Right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time. They're up
Oh.
by 31 over Bowling Green.
Yes.
We'll circle back if anything big
Listen.
happens you need to know about.
And how
Listen.
about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on
Let
everything.
me get one of
going
them
on from
guys.
here.
That's what I'm
And he
saying.
takes this from inside the 5.
All right, big game.
He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, and that's where his offense will go to work. And the offense out of the field to go back to
The
work.
same thing, bitch. No, you're
Power football.
no,
with the
you're not an oppressor, bitch.
through a tackle.
I love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting
Not an
back
oppressor.
yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
You don't know what the
Rivers with myriad options options.
You don't know what that oppressor is, bitch.
Back to throw, it's Wicks. That one never had a chance.
That's a suppressor.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this
That's a
quarterback in this
suppressor.
offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by 30.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration.
Oh, we got a new AI.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Oh,
swatted
you
away
want
as a
better?
turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion.
My boy got a
with
scoop
big
and all
lead now,
that.
creating
Yeah,
a turnover on downs.
Finds his tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific
you got the
pickup.
military. You feel
I
like
don't know if they're trying to get this guy
you like you on the military
consideration,
trip with
but the
that,
fact that
Joe.
they're still throwing the ball at this point in the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
From the 17-yard line,
That
it's
joint
first
hot.
and
I ain't
10.
gonna lie.
Smart move to keep it on the ground.
You gotta go on the rooftop with that joint. You gotta go on the rooftop with that joint.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see them choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he
That
rolls
was
into the
bad.
house. Touchdown, West Virginia.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what we've seen on both sides of the ball today.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
It's summertime, bro. You gotta be outside.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at
Both
the
on that
19.
too. Okay.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their
Both on
own
some
end
rooftop
last time
shit.
David sort of
Okay.
curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the
Fair
time.
enough.
Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and do something.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the
Suppressor.
32. Goes to the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that last
That's
play
that.
is
I ain't
basically a
gonna lie.
microcosm
That
of
both
what
was
today has
successful,
been
sure.
like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26.
The only reason why too, I really
Now
grabbed
the play
this
fake.
joint because
Unloads to the
this
wideout.
one's all metal.
Finds a man on the right. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Groupers will line up to punt it away.
Everything is all metal. All the parts you seen on there came from Amazon.
Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught near the sticks. It's Knight.
No, because
And he's brought down after a nice game.
And this QB has been on top of it. He's made good reads, you can tell, taking care of the football, put up a lot of yards. He's over 350 on the day now.
Yours is 16 too. But just that
They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10.
It's going to look like yours. The one I got is
looking for room. It's Knight. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The next one I'm getting is like yours.
That defense you know you can go to in running situations, your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start. And I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. Great job of the base defense making a play.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Yeah, you got to take that away.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it.
Turning it on. Nice pickup all around there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. It's a really nice run.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. This season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get these rankings.
I'm looking at how yours is.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line.
That's gonna look the same size as me.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
How about the job by this defense?
You got back out, so.
Really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, but they look the same size as me.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I guess the same size.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to change this route. Even with this lead, they'll throw again. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit.
What the fuck is the hand guard?
Week after week, let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways.
No, put your drum back on it. Put your head back up there.
It's been easy. They had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able
looking
to
at both right now.
Plays necessary and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
All right, now I can see that game. Wait, what? Is it April 15th?
I just sent it to the message. I took a picture of it.